Nyankopɔn asese ene so biem odi abehia mu. Said the Davia mebusa no. Medical busa na wotwi a yewura mu na wotwi mienu ni na mene mu hyiaye. I hope say bibia ye yenti atenkabone bia.
Nyamiase
Ye de nyamiase. Say yenti atenkabone bia. Ene me pese ye ne discussions. Enti as much as possible anke betimi a se woni enkwala wo fie ana se noise bi eni wo fie a anka on mute wo phone ana se o computer na yentimi and discuss so if is a noise background noise bi wo mu a ma wona onsa ensi on mute no so said the busa question a obetimi de ayi ano according to me you know you will need part 10 meka ho 11 and a word line so inti as much as possible yen try say ye be discuss it and minimum kind Bible test bebre ye besua Sabbath homeda na minim say ye SDA for no enye nyamsam kanti minimum mesua test Bible test ahodo a eka Sabbath ho asem because yenim ba the nempese minimum sua eye say ye kase homeda Sabbath any day. What is Sabbath? Say na what is Sabbath ase? Say na uhu Sabbath. Say na Sabbath eyema wo. Inti ene me pese ye bie ye Bible ni ye de ensa hye Genesis chapter 2 verse 1 to 3. Genesis chapter 2 verse 1 to 3. Ehon na me pese ene at least 55 minutes yebesuno yebesuano yebetimaye. One thing about me, someone who na time ya de hia me pa. Timre bia no se me ya de a na mani ekura time ho. Mini time ho agro. I always tell people say I feel depressed when people are not keeping time. And I feel stressed when things are not done in time. Me a very time conscious. Inti time eya dia ehia me ye. Inti mrebia no me kai mu me time ko 5 minutes earlier faster because me kase me duru ho 2 a me pese 2 pepe na me duru ho. So me kase me pon 3 pepe na ma pon. Time is very very essence to me. You know, make ye ni nyina no ye hwe time tina na me ka chem ze mummie mu ayi se de ye nyina ebetimi participate. First question me bu someone say adenti na ye di homeda. Adenti na ye di homeda. Homeda ho faso ene say. Adenti ye di homeda. Yes, Mami Christy.
Pacha Onyankopon de enensia na ebo wiase. The dato so no ohome na wote ho nti wode ma ne nkrofo Israel fo no nti yeso eno na yeso yedi so
Onyankopon ebo enensia wode to so no wote ho ode ma yen nti yedi so okay edi nti na yedi homeda wana bit mama adwen foforo
say ye be home afi enwuma nyina ho.
Good. Say ye be home afri enwuma nyina ho. Enti ye ni panti ena nyame bo home da say ye be home afri ye enwuma nyina ho. Good. Obi wa adwen foforo bi.
Nze Onyankopon no e ka kire se enkai da no na yenye no konkon. De Onyankopon no sie.
Onyankopon e ka se yenkai da no na yenye no konkon Onyankopon na esie. Good. Obi wa another view.
afen so ekaye se unyame ene unyame ya obo soro ne asase ne ne ewo mu nyina ekaye se ono na ye obo ade
Good. Who say ye kasa nyina no ye kai homeda say onyame na bo ade. Me question ne say ade na nyame bo ade. Why creation? Ade ntire nyame bo ade. Ade na nyame ye wo.
What's the name someone? Pastor.
Ye mesum no. Oh, but about
Na ye na ye.
nyame wo pim above one pim a almost some no. It is a awesome quantity, and thousands and millions of angels. Ewan anymore, there be a woman, hallelujah, hallelujah, Hosanna.
Pastor, I know credits, I believe you answer your CAP scans, so there will be a good bank account. CAP account.
And did Yami Pebiaka, when Yami are failing. Because if your boy, as they say, a base is brilliant. I was as so. Yeah, I assume on you know I'm brilliant. And then failing.
Ose mama ye mo nipa say nsaso. Ti na onyame pe ne nsaso. Eni ti na obo nipa sa ne nsaso.
Obo nipa
na obo ni o manyina ade ma ye se ani beje. Ni e betra se ni akai no. Ni asom no.
Okay, good.
Now, if you say Onyankopon asase way, just as a demonstration of the nature of God, the kind God that He is, following Satan born quite to say Onyankopon Timodin for say Obi Baye born no say no. I think say it's a demonstration say Onyankopon ye odonyame.
Onyankopon ye odonyame. Good. You know, Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. Esther said, in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Invitiase no Onyankopon bɔ soro ne asase, na asase yɛ sakasaka ani hum, na esum ekata ebun ani, na Onyankopon nkonkron ekata nsuo no so. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw the light was good, and he separated the night and the day. Enti okanya first day obo light, night and day. Meboa. Good. Second day obo nsuo ene enwiemu, division. So first day a division, what day ene night mu. Meboa. Second day firmament, what soro ene asas ene ensuo mu. Third day obo asase ene vegetation a ekata asase so. Meboa. But say yeshua on the first day, second day, fourth day, third day, fourth day, he went back to the first day. On the first day about day and night. In the fourth day, no, he went back to the first day and about a ria any and snoma. Meboa. And God feel was share a riane dano was share or the baby a ebemu. So God created a form. I say wokoto asase. Meboa. Na wokoto wo prot no na enwura wo so bibiense so. Ba wo ka kire wo yire oh ya top prot na wani age meboa. Ewo mu a na afi wo di grade akosi so na wakodwi so. Wokodwi so no na afi wakobo foundation why plan. In the first day God created day and night. Fourth day, or take day and night, and what day a year and my day, and what day and summer, Saturday friend, or day and summer moon and my night. So God filled the day with sun and the night with the moon, isn't it? Second day, once that wabo insuo ene soro. In the fifth day, or the adwene egunsuo no mu, and or the enoma eko enwiemu. So he filled the water and the sky. Third day, we create asase, we create vegetation into obo emoa any nipa to fill the asase no na fe yenni vegetation no se eduane. Into one who say oh yeah, ebia one the corresponding days meboa say ye kan Bible no sa na ka kire. Into kan ya base Genesis chapter 1 verse 31. Was God saw that all that he has made, including human being, it was good, and there was evening, and there was morning, and that is what? The sixth day. Si Yankopɔn awie n'adwuma, meboa. Die nyame bɔ bia waba wie, meboa.
And the cry.
Anasa ebiaka. Bibu ho aka wonye within the 6 days no.
Within
the 6 days.
Obo ni pewie no awie bibia.
Obo ni pewie wa wie bibia. Inti Yankopɔn Genesis inti wo kan Genesis chapter 1 no. And the 6th day. Inti sa Mose and tro bibia en wi a. Inti nkerobusa say and so what? But Yanko Genesis chapter 2. Yanko Genesis chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the 7th day, God has finished the work he has been doing. So on the 7th day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the 7th day, made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he has done. Because you two your boss in your test ni ebia unhwe sa test ni. Okan Genesis chapter 1. Day bia no obodini baako. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. Wawie yenti day dia dini bi. By about Genesis chapter 2, let us take the 7th day. By the 7th day, God finished the work he has been doing. 7th day, no, first mention, meboa. Meboa, young kind, 7th day, wakabako, meboa. 2, on the 7th day, he rested from all his work. 7th day, what can I say? Isn't it? Then God blessed the 7th day and made it holy. What the apostle say me and son on meboa. Okay, good. Missy first day or day and night, isn't it?
Yeah.
And or day and night, and the 4th day, or bo a wear any moon to occupy the day and night. And the first day, you know, wa feel it. What be ashim, meboa. Okay. Second day, wa ye insuo ene soro. And wa bo a fish a good in swim and or birds so almond fry was sky meboa in the second day no wa fail it or the baby ashim meboa
Aye.
good on the third day obasase any imura e was so nua ni nuaba ni niema on the sixth day obomoa and obo nipa and was a moa ni nipa no yen ni nuaba na wa ye den wa create no into the oye ni third day no sixth day of form earth and vegetation no sixth day no what the niema efele meboa into day be enya de afere by the seventh day God said by the seventh day God has finished all his work enti wa mo bibia ho meboa wa mfomu bibia and on the seventh day he rested from all his work. Rest ubet matachi rest yako a sun yenim said the university meboa enipa ko mu so aba meboa adwene bia ni ensuo mu a enipa entache no bed bia ni sura enipa entache no aboa bia ni wiase a enipa nhunu ye ena me no mienu ye hunu nipa black ye hunu nipa yellow ye hunu nipa green ye hunu nipa time bia ye kra free chocolate ye free black me skin is I'm free me black you know me hunu ba bia mo ko fa sa black ni free ye ji say bia akọ South Sudan na hunu nipa black okay enti ye hunu nipa bia but on the seventh day he rested but God filled that day. Onyankopon de niema bi efele that day. Then God blessed the seventh day. God made it holy. And God sanctified that day. In the niema miensa en onyankopon e de reste of formo ye or le fele ye. Or fail or the ne blessing efele that day meboa or the holiness efele that day and or the sanctification efele that day man question amibusa won say wo hwe abode a e ba ide nyina no a ade ne nyankopon bo nipa e bo sa na eme ni nyina That's what I'm saying. Masaba sudi. Edi enti na nyankopon eje na home na wo hiraye na wo ye da no konkron wo ye ma hwan
Oye ma
nipa enti wo ye ma nipa isn't it are you sure so ye ma nipa
now oye ma da kasada
one rest here one rest here
Jabe da rest here
edi en wo hiraye
Edana.
o shira dado
edi en wo ye no konkron
Omeda.
dado
eda no wote ho omeda isn't it enti se ade a wo ye nyina no ebewie the seventh day and the seventh day no yehunu his holiness enti nyame bo ye nyina no the seventh day no se memfa ne se wokọ adwuma all week ni nyina na se we take one day off we take identity now take one day no off so we busua aden now take one day no off
Person ne abusua ni sia.
o pese o ne abusua no ehia to form a relationship. Form a relationship. So the Sabbath was created for God to build a relationship with man. Without the Sabbath, the creation is not complete. Se ofa enipa ene emoa. The only difference in any say, Nyami created is an emeni what? 6 days to fill a vacuum, earth and vegetation. Aduane ode ma amoa no, ode the same nuane no ema nipa. Empo nipa ye boni a started say ye moa no, emoa so we moa. Meboa. Meboa.
The cray.
Okay. But the only difference, and it said, God created the 7th day so that man can experience the holiness of God. And it's in verse chapter 2. And without the Sabbath, no, human being is like fish, dead animal. But with the Sabbath, no, then the Dan okay and say, oh boy, you say ni subanso no become meaningful. Because say we will be in your image, the person have to imitate you. Mevoa. Okay. And it's a nipan enhunuwa. How can they imitate you? You say, matomponko what is rim. What toponko? What betina kumasi? Was matoponko? What toponko says or traponko no sumeboa?
Yes.
Now what ponko no was rim. Ebeni who's what ponko? What do I know neke kameboa? And if God created man in his image, then man should reflect the image of God. Therefore, God created the Sabbath so that through relationship, through interaction, through time with him, the Sabbath will make man become the image of God. The problem in this word, anyone to become the image of God, hatred, sadness, sorrow, any near akwasasi so. And he said, people have forgotten the Sabbath. Inti enna emra Mose ekoyi Misraim for no, the 10 commandments no. Or say, remember the Sabbath day and keep it what? Holy.
Holy.
6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. One can say the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord. Or say it's for the Lord who? Your God. Okay. Into any years to the the Sabbath was made for what? Man. Because the Lord is the God of man, isn't it? In it you shall do no work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, your male servant, your female servant, your cattle, your stranger who is in your gate. For in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in it, and he rested the 7th day. Therefore the Lord break the Sabbath day and harrow it. It takes you straight to Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. Thus the heaven and the earth were completed and everything in it. But the seventh day, God has finished the work that he has done. Okay, so in 6 days, you shall labor and do all your work, isn't it?
It is.
And on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of your Lord. Okay, then God blessed the Sabbath day. So therefore, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, made it holy, hallowed it. On it, he rested from all the work of creating that he has done. Therefore, he shall not do no work, not your servant or anything, so that you can have time to build a relationship with God. Without the Sabbath, man doesn't have a meaning. Without the Sabbath, enipa, any aboa, any adwene, any anoma, are the same. Intina, in this word, you know, enipa, no matter our yenim die ne bibia no, or say, nyanse frase ene die yehuasu. So the Lord not only made humans on the 6th day, but he also put them into a special relationship with him, that is on the 7th day. Into people say God wanted a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, Abrantie, me bagel when Nidre kama or the grace nyako Sarfo Ameyaw. Masheni school wakosoro wakwanimu wiene doctorate or no akohuna Abrantie bi. Was me change me catch them on the 20th say ubet me do obi draka wo de ho but me de never take it away into ubet take grace Sarfo Ameyaw mafu when or warren your friend mafu inti never ever say so the grace mafu ubet me the party the akamedia but never take it away because you nimbra my bro you see inti God created the Sabbath for a relationship. That is why Obika said, "Onyame eyodo." When you dock somebody, you create a relationship.
Well spoken, Pastor.
Okay, so what the Obia? Untimate home friend, one of the reasons ultimately a divorce will be abandonment. Or abandon. Nature said there's no love, isn't it? What worry? Na Obano Tegana. Now what ya brochire? Not 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. How do you call it? Say our dear. Okay, so love the intina. What kind of was intina Obano ebe free, beman be free, neja fee, no de no hakodom on you, no munaya de, honamba. The same thing, God wanted a relationship. That's why he created the Sabbath so that he can build that relationship. Okay, so the whole creation story is theocentric, not anthropocentric. What do I mean? Nyankopon and the boss Roni Asase for only relationship and you wuni pentra. No boy and say nenseso. He could have created it in any other image. Okay, so without him, human being degraded and are doomed to prediction and death. So nyankopon ni hwa enipa obi say Ghana you say akoko brema nkwan enipa brema de owu at least akoko kra de eja or bra a bit my inquiry. You know, oh brema dear, but with God, no, a nipa mrema, a nipa bre for internal relationship with God. Intina yes Christos we have learned to live with him, no? We will have eternity with God. That is why without the Sabbath, no, there is no need for a new earth and a new heaven. Without the Sabbath, no, intina what kind of Revelation 20, I say, and I saw a new Jerusalem. Inti, I say, and God himself, there will be no more crying, no dying, no tear. God himself will be there with him forever and ever. That relationship, you know, will never be broken. Okay. Inti rata bika sembi wa hase ya mpesa meka lecture mo. Or say, theologians stress that humans are the crown of creation. Nevertheless, the creation of human being is not at the peak of the creation story. Even though men and women are perceived as the crowning out of God's creative activity, why is the Sabbath not human the crux of God's creation activity? Humans were the least of the physical, tangible God created during the creation week. God made the physical world, formed space, and fill it with different animals and everything. But the creation of the Sabbath is another kind. You cannot see or touch the Sabbath because time cannot be seen nor touched, but only experienced. On say, obikase medowa. Who say I don't know any day. Meboa. So obikase odowa. Madam Fubi was what I pastor watna brochire nintino. Oka I love you. Debi ano no me kasa me ban frame na me ne kasa na Grace the two of Grace I love you. I say oh dear oka I love you. So I nam so watna brochire nintino you just say it. Nam say no I experience it. Me ne me ban me yire no kasa I feel it no matter the distance. Sabbath cannot be touched or seen. Sabbath can be experienced. Sabbath is different from the physical. Sabbath is spiritual and temporal rarity. Spiritual in nature, but nevertheless is rarity. The Sabbath is a time for fellowship within the context of rest. Okay, enti Sabbath nya dia obetima somu. Obetima so bibia onyankopon boy bia no obetima so. Okay. E bibia onyankopon de fele the 3-day space now create you can touch, you can see, you can feel. But the 7-day Sabbath no you can only experience it. Entina obi a woni Sabbath no, oka Sabbath a wonte ase. Because you can only experience the Sabbath. Enti edi na Sabbath ne special. First of all, yenhwe Genesis chapter 1, chapter 2 no. Eni ma bi wo ho a me pese yehwe. Mrs. 7-day no edabia how many times near Kano Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2? First day
Bako.
7th day near Kano how many times?
Credit praise.
3 times completeness. The 7th and 3. PBA basis so 3 biano is very, very important. But let us see the beauty of Genesis chapter 2, verse 3, no, or say, God finished his work, isn't it?
Yes.
By the 7th day, God has finished his work. Then 2, he rested on the 7th day from his work, which he has done, isn't it? Then God blessed the 7th day and hallowed it, because on it God rested from all his work he has done. Okay, rested from all the work that he has done. You see, I started, I said, in brackets, isn't it? Someone in brackets. Say, actual sentence, no man, bracket, close and opening and close, isn't it? Into or the God work, and a first bracket, and or end day with God work. Into the Sabbath, no, is box between. Na dear na Nyankopon boss so between. He bossed some things between. 3 things and nyame a boss so between. I'm best a koso. 1, he rested. 2, he breasts. And 3, hallow. Okay, so when we say work, in between, no, rest, breast, and hallow. And isn't it? The beauty of the test. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I say you take it, and yama me and son. 1, rest. And then I rest yama. It rejuvenates, isn't it? And mawa hoarding for fro. A dear beam and a rest yama. So rested there, no munya, and as someone rested, I let the Moya Jumasa will be unrested.
I am home
Unkwana arrested Sabbath. Unkwana arrested or landing.
Emma, when you enjoy.
Rest, Emma, when you our enjoyment. A year day.
Say be a car on the Busiabo because be an outfitting in a crowd, we found away for Sadano, coming in our bomb of ye.
Okay.
Put to be the bomb where you be.
And yes, Sabbath in America, can just rest. Just so rest here. You know, we say, be Jim
Rest, no. So my dream said, so yeah, be a now training in our brepa. But then I will rest, the next, quite would the age man, I won't rest.
Good.
Yes, who says, so, yeah.
Me that's Mammy Lucy. Rest ma who sue hoso, isn't it? And a dear be coffee. Hannah.
Rest, Patrick Benedicta.
Benedicta.
Rest is me, my waging a clear. Say, Boha, we, Patrick, that's the way school Nina, Ushi and the so one daka cry. I'm a waging and rest here. Oh, sorry, I'm not BBI, Bassa, no wofu. The rest a boy, my to me, a recover. Yeah, drink, and your property.
Okay, rest. Emma, yen to me recover. Emma, yadrin muda ho. Emma, obi will be beautiful.
Yeah, now I'm all here a few years, a brand dadrin until I'm not rough on holidays,
Yes.
I said, if we are a crown, you will be an answer walk gun, and now, like I said, we break a cry or Hano and maybe you. Do so, Baba, no soon. Rest one.
Okay. And if we imitate God near rest here, the market can yenya. Ye kase bibi ye breast, balak, breast. You know, when God is the subject of breast now, ye kase nyamie shrawa any day. Nyame ahyira. Ni hyira ne nyame nhyira. Sa wo ka kire obi se nyame nhyira wa, e de na wo hwehwe.
Enipa bia efiri nyame ho.
Enipa bia efiri nyame ho. Okay,
But showing a peace of mind.
Peace of mind, joy, Edia bi so da bia mo ka kire ngrofo se nyame nhyira. Na wo ka kire ni pan se nyame nhyira na de pa na ya na wo pese wo ka.
Na kuma so apede
Nisanka. Na kuma so apede.
Nyame
nyama. Okay. The last one. Ya kase bibi ye holier. Holy. Any day.
Fibia ni ho kronkron.
Fibia ni ho kronkron. Yes, ade we. Oh, I saw them how you holy. And now I say, oh, this is a holy place.
Yeah, to whom special.
Apart, special, set apart, separated. Okay, separated. And you see what the Sabbath, that relationship with God, no? Rest. Am I homogeneous? Am I renovated? Am I toye? Breast, inshra, ewomu, set apart. Ya tu konkron. Inti yen ade boniyefo anka yense no, in order to continue to be the saints, we need that special day, that relationship. Okay, and that is Sabbath. And opa kokan Bible test biya biya, these are the things: rest, rest, and holiness. And how do you do it? Say, Oko Genesis chapter 2 Genesis chapter 2 Who did it? By the 7th day, God has finished all the work he has been doing. And on the 7th day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the 7th day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work he has created that he has done. Okay, one will say any penny. There is no human being there. Abuwa bi eniho, sofo bi eniho, aso there bi eniho. It is God. And when you partake the Sabbath Noah, it means that you are experiencing God's presence. Okay? As I'm telling you, now our friend will say, Brabetna him fear. He didn't build that him fear for you. He did it for himself. So he called you to come and partake, to come and be part of the Sabbath. You see the beauty of it? And we'll say, so what join me Sabbath Noah, I will give you my rest. So Hebrew says, therefore, no, those who enter his Sabbath, no, we enjoy his blessing. And that is why Genesis 20, I say, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy, because I want you to come and experience the joy of resting with God, experiencing the presence of God, and being set apart for a special purpose for God. Enti sa udi Sabbath so you are enjoying with who? With God. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I don't know, say, if you see the experience I'm trying to portray, that is Sabbath. Sabbath, and yet some issue test be na me be akwaje say when it changes Sabbath, and now one changes Sabbath, and now and na yenya ye keep Sabbath ni yenya yen keep Sabbath. The Sabbath a joy is taste and see that God is good. So when the answer Sabbath square yesu the reason to witness. I say when you do any beer, Ed, with the Pamin Castle when I'm in for end because I'm a bar Andrews first. Now one day me call store Andrews store now on your friend Apple Valley. Me call store na me call store orange juice gallon. And na me ton milk gallon. And na me day ba if ye Friday. Na me ba na me kai me ba ene me yira me jo mo Ghana. Na me hwe se de yetisipe bu okro mo kwesi enim kwesi ene dan num baby ane yete ene how ye suffer. Na me hwe apple juice ene milk. Na me hwe me yire ene me ma ewo Ghana. Na ni so crack na ma start so. How can I enjoy a fresh squeezed orange juice gallon, fresh milk gallon? Na me yire num ene me manum te Ghana. Na womu nya bi enum. Milk kura just ye hwegu atreso ena odi agu kokomu. You know, milk na wa Ghana no, a friend idea milk me wa. Wo de dadwa ba no a na umia ne kakra na wo de wati pipa no na wo de ketre ma faso na wo de ataso na wo de asin so wo de milk ne nse. And yes and that ya bekum. And Lord, na ma babro chire na me kuta milk. Me bo me ne ni so kra. Me say kwan bi a me faso a ese me yere ene me ma be come insano. I will do them for them to come and experience it. And I did everything to bring them. That is the Sabbath. And that is how the joy of the Sabbath makes us to witness. So if you ask me to talk about the Sabbath, Sabbath cannot be touched, cannot be seen. It can only be experienced. And you experience it with a relationship with God. Maybe see us do a question we are out in the back. Emmanuel.
Info. So we were saying bizarre. A kind of
Also,
Yes, sir.
Son, nobody free rest. Now, Obi query me say, yeah, no Sabbath, no, your bread doesn't mean rest. Are you talking about physical rest? And now it be a spiritual rest, it be a young chiasia now. There's a physical rest there. You're quite sorry. I said, you need Pedriano. Yeah, now I said, you're quite perfect.
Yes, done. Me ka say the ochre me Sabbath me ba brochire echo seminary the ochre me Sabbath na oye June ye friend Dukan. Now one day Dukan efre say opese woni di Sabbath ye class no. The Friday nwumre na o invite you ye fie ye call ni fie na ne yere ayeduane kama stable no everything was so beautifully set. Oma baking nema and kwala no nyina adwale ahye womo entade abobo womo tie. And they welcome the Sabbath. And they mame eto nyimo ka say ope welcome Sabbath bi no wato. Womo to welcome Sabbath ye nyina to ye didi wie ye de candle and ye welcome Sabbath no as a bridegroom. And Saturday no anopa 9 o'clock ye call ni fie ye Sabbath school. Ye preaching ye didi ye na ye nyina fire car hwe ye call botanical garden bi ho. And we went and walked to see nature. You call Lake Michigan, Lake Shore, you call Nanti, Sabbath walk, and other things. It was one of the best Sabbath I've ever experienced. And I felt to say, I have built a relationship with God. The Sabbath is not about us. It's about God. It's about a relationship with God. Inti say yanhwe ne ba sorry. Na ye tipintin kwa ne ye kwaha ne ye baha ne ye say. Na at the end of the day no. You experience that relationship with God no. We haven't observed Sabbath. At the same time, you can stay in your house. Now, at the end of the day, you know, so what die would na haja, so what bread within the week, you know, into order. Now, when I'm building the relationship with God, no, you haven't experienced Sabbath. So, what is Sabbath? Sabbath is a time where only the saints comes together to celebrate the presence of God through, Isaiah says, one sankai wona de homeda. You know, now one ya wa pesu adwuma. But doing things, it will give you a good perspective of life. You know, she said nipa ye bone ye kan Genesis chapter 3. Na nipa dwane God came to look for them. Into Obusa said, "Wo wa hene was we heard your presence and we went to hide." Sabbath, you know, let people feel the presence of God. Let them experience the joy, the presence. It is a Sabbath, you know, enkanka so mpenim for would timpinting kwa obakura hu baby a obanena. Oyere obehunu na ayese wo kotu ka na oyira ba. Be careful. Let us do programs, sir. Ebema yen enya the joy of the Sabbath. They meet Makafa on that.
You know, because of the rest in it. So say, you're quite sorry, baby, a kwawa. You're quite sorry, a benny.
It doesn't. Yes, I know where you do for one say, you know, you don't walk a certain mass. All that I'm saying in it say, whether we call baby a benu or one call baby a benu, have you experienced relationship with God? Say me to quiet free brackner. Akko baby, na I can experience the joy. I can have the blessing. At the end of the day, no, metmakas and then the meninya me dinkuta home. That is the most important thing. It's not a physical distance or physical proximity. Ubi bed nantia kona so down. But at the end of the day, no bufu semne near me bekosuni a sorry down on crano. One kwasolan can never so also. The question I'm a person to say, have you rested in the Lord? You need to be a friend of spiritual resting. Spiritual resting, you be no heaven. Okay? But unhwa ba hoso, jam busa se yakase obi arrest any day. Unhwa ba hoso, what dream why you form? What men nshira? Those things, you know, have you experienced it? If as elders, as pastors, we cannot make the church a place and nipa benya joy to come. A place I won't about be feeling for face on in your relationship. A place I will obey me who said he has prospered for the day and his risk charged for the week ahead. No, it's a ritual. It's only a ritual and yet relationship building. Yabani yakumu brame kume muni a yesaba school ni aye we di akodi a money a tomato stew ni abana gre na tintam ni kwa. That is a ritual. Any ye. As a cramoni akwa so them no di nitrakobo no okon baby. The same thing ye. So let us make the Sabbath intina because the crowning act, the climax of the creation. is, and imagine, say Adam and Hawa. The first day, God has come. No man in nam aid in trumu. Na emway ban chain. No one more shed the beauty. No more watch more at the current our boy. Not one more enjoy. Why can't we make the Sabbath that joyful? How many times? And you are taking the youth to maybe go to nature walk or go to zoo or go somewhere. Instead of the piano, not the chrononia, the poop, almost the poop, almost the poop, almost. No, let us make the Sabbath a special day. Let us validate our program. One day, do our infra so them young park this so. A man, yen one we are nibi fanko, na yen koya potluck, na yen experience the joy. Na abusuya, yeninye, na yenin yankopon ninkuta hon. Those are what we call the Sabbaths. Question do how be bit me aba. Sabbath ne ye ko nua to ye ho so.
Ya me dey be di ase emwameti bi ase.
David Dan mobi mfa bimra.
Ah we dey enya to musa.
Koso.
Kase onyame ebo Sabbath no. And wa frey say ye medi bi ne basa na ma ya special than emwa.
Oh yes.
Na bibi ba ma dwunu se moye ma ya okrom munyina mo boti planso obi a timia yonko de opa bi adi na tem enije ebre ko a oba na ba ko ohina okrom ho be fa na aware no.
Yes.
Na difference aba first no ani a ohina ware no no akutime ene ne ka bibia no.
Yes.
Afre di no akoye special pa okrom efise ohina afre no amena kona hinye no mu.
Yes.
It's a man as a crossing here. Now, sign my way. I'm not say, pa. So when I'm your friend, say, I'm not Sabbath anymore. A year home anymore. A year blessed anymore. A year hello anymore. Let's just say, and more intimate for a moment to 2 years. You're more in our bed, dear. Yet the young in our good, yes, I just dear. And so that relationship, no, Omedano. Ameyaw kron asenemoa omuni enyepe nti ya mama tiase say we American a good example there mama tiase.
Amen. Okay. Obi wa question bu from Biansana mahanu over to question. Okay, then Emmanuel, over to you.
No be any question view. I read the pass what is just some kind of their mind. And say, addition is very powerful mode pa. Say, a train Sabbath moye. Yeah, young someone no. Yeah, the hymn number 554 and a baby. I said, I'm to phone or honor or more 554. So 554. I'm to follow
I
her. Okay. 554.
in 554. 554.
I mean, nothing. I'm saying,
I mean, no, nothing. I'm not sure you 554. Amen. Wo nanti yami se nok na ti no so mi sabi Sumami newu nanti Minko miri to me nanti Ehom no yediri Weso subi afiri api atampo apiri tell me juju bufu anu uramami ni wunanti semin seyi so mua hadaunina mimunoshi mitu miekwa abutrumu aseniano frankanasi kosife mi usiyo apo jinkwa mami ni wonanti. Amen.
Dedi kana dada mboache bebo mpaya mayen. Ada onyankopon ase wa de sua odi aman. Ebia na bia ne example me dimu fo ehofo. Onyankopon na mfe mbo ne nche. Na afi now no me experience in the presence. Na afi ne past so amayen. Mo me mpaye.
Yɛda wo ase agyenkwa ne awurade woyɛ onyame a woyɛ ɔdɔ ampa da biara woyi ha kyerɛ wo mma brɛbrɛ ɛrekɔ n'anim yɛde homeda yaa na yɛante aseɛ ɛnɛ wo na moadom so na mɔnkonkron so ama yɛate aseɛ yie ɛyɛ ade ketewaa bi nanso mu odu ɛtɔ da bi a yɛnte aseɛ nti ɛyɛ ne sɛ ne yɛpɛ biara saa yɛ privilege ɛyɛ akwanya sɛ yɛn wafrɛ sɛ yɛmɛdi homeda sɛ wahemfie ɛne yɛkɔtena yɛyɛ mmaa nyinaa mu mmaa soronko ɛwɔ akuraase a yɛteɛ yɛyɛ mmarima mu nyinaa mmarima soronko ɛwɔ yɛ sukuu mu ne baabi a ɛnam biara ɛfiri sɛ wobɔ yɛn nyinaa adeɛ nanso wafrɛ yɛn special wafrɛ yɛ soronko sɛ yɛmɛwura wahemfie ɛyɛ homeda kronkron a wahyira so na wate ho na woma nhyira no kɛri ampɔn anwummere wo ma da ase wo ma ne bɔyɛfoɔ yi wayɛ tí wabie ani so akyerɛ saa sɛ ehu sɛ nea wosi ti a yɛabrabɔ bɛsesa sɛ ehu sɛ nea wosi ti a yɛhomeda bie bɛsesa sɛ ehu sɛ nea wosi ti a yɛnyomtoɔ bɛsesa ɛnɛ yɛde yɛbɔne nti yɛdwane firi w'anim na wodɔ nti ɛnɛ wapam yɛ akye yɛn yɛda wase da wase da wase yɛyi wa yɛtwa adi ampɔn Bracken and Workingham Church ɔkyerɛ ame ate aseɛ nea wɔyi akyerɛ yɛn nti yɛade sɛdeɛ ne sɛ huyɛmmɔbɔ no ma wɔn kronkron ne yɛntena na wo homeda no yɛmmu no sɛ adeɛ a ɛsom bo na ama yɛayɛ nnipa a yɛsom bo ebi sɛ yɛsom onyame a ɔsom bo na yɛne no yɛ ayɔnkofa ne nkitahodie adidie mu ne wɔnom mu ne nkitahodie mu Bible sua mu ne nnwomtoɔ mu ayɔnkofa ma yɛn ho mu nti ma yɛn ho mpere yɛn sɛ duru Friday anwummerɛ si a yɛbɛsiesie ho akoma mu ne honam mu yɛtwɛn wɔ Awurade ne wo mma ateneneefoɔ nyinaa a ɛwɔ wiase a ɛredi homeda ma yɛnhwɛ bonko a na nifa ma yɛnhwɛ wiase mu adwumayɔ ne sika a yɛmfa nkɔ baabiara ɛfisɛ wo nhyira no ɛso kyɛɛ nneɛma nyinaa na David ne nna mu na wohyira no Zanye bless what the end the female crate, Javian Pong, boy, ye near home the ye and a crump. The moment you cry and quail Juma, and see any woman that ye. The moment you see the quail Juma, the moment you about sorry, I will phone in Yama, I say a man near his 70. Yet to me, a superior and so woman than a year. But I know I share when I'm here with you, let's say you. You're quite quite a summer. Yet the attire Mamma so nasty, I come and Cosa, a radia that was anybody of four. Fiamboni tell me that you. Now, no more than Sammy at Tiasi. Yeah, show about a radi. You may have made an shots here in a year. Said you see on the last Sabbath, no. Now, Faye, what do Monty? Anyone, Nanty, your young friend, why a thing. Yet many a quack or so, I could hear young friend. Fiamboni chain, the man of Conconia Nanty. Fina Queen, or yes, Christo Demonty. Amen.
Amen.
Onyankopɔn hyira. Onyankopɔn mo home. Onyankopɔn honhom ye. Ɛne entra home dai ekusi dai nyina ɛwɔ ne dinu mu nti. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
Go for Kwame Grace, man, congratulations.
Why you come you to Pastor? Until why you come order to mute until the okano.
Oh, Mr. Medamase.
Okay. Okay.
You invite me to Grace, online. Yeah, marriage ceremony online on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Welcome invitation.
Oh, okay. And this share with the members.
I'll share with the rest. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Okay.